Hi everyone, my name is Jody Brown. I'm one of the librarians here at Oppenheimer Library, and today I want to show you how to find scholarly academic journal articles. And so the best way to do that is go to the library's homepage, and that is ualr.edu/library. If you don't know how to do that, you can always go to the libraries or go to the university's main page, and under quick links, I'm going to scroll down until you see library and click that link there. So I know most of you will want to do the quick search. That's what you're more comfortable with. However, I want to show you a couple of things that are going to be a little bit more useful to you for upper level classes and for more in-depth research. So let's go to the databases tab on the middle page here. And if you see this box, it just means that you can find a database by title. You're not actually searching within the databases. So we're going to go down here and go to the databases A to Z list. And if we're looking for topics on social issues, you can always go down to sociology. If it were psychology, you could select psychology. That's another easy way to do that. One other thing is if you know the database that you're wanting to find. So for example, let's say we wanted a sociology database, SocINDEX. We could go to the alphabetical listing here, select S, since we know that's the one that our database title begins with, and then we can scroll down until we find SocINDEX. And so that's another way to do it if you want to. But just to show you, again, we're going to go to subjects, and then we're going to go down to sociology, which should bring us up SocINDEX anyways, but just so you know, it will give you this slight yellow box that has the most recommended database or databases, and then other databases that are related or will be helpful are going to be below that. So let's go ahead and click on the SocINDEX with full text. And that should give us the database with the advanced search feature. You can always do the basic search if you want to, and that's just easily done by clicking the basic search link below the search boxes. The reason I recommend the advanced search is because if you have more than one keyword that you're looking for, the search is outlined in a more logical way, and then you can sort of keep everything straight as far as what exactly it is you're looking for. So for example, let's say we wanted to look for homeless shelters and in metropolitan areas. And so we're just going to leave it as metropolitan. The easiest way, I know our instant reaction is automatically to hit the enter key or hit the search button up here at the top. But another option before you do that, I know it's hard not to click right away, but the other option is to come down below the search box where it says limit your results right here. You can select the full text if you only want those items that are the entire article or the entire journal article. And then to the right of that, you're going to select the box that says scholarly peer-reviewed journals. So you know it's scholarly, and peer-reviewed just simply means that you are accessing journals that other experts in the field have basically read their research and put their stamp of approval on it. And so just for our purposes, we're going to select full text so that you can see that. However, I will suggest that when you first do your search, do not select full text, because if the library has access to that full text article via a different database and you select full text, it will not show you the record at all. So for example, if we don't select full text now, we're going to get articles and records for those articles, and perhaps it won't say full text, but there may be a link that will say get full text. And so it will direct us to the correct database. So that's up to you. I usually say limit later. But as far as scholarly peer reviewed, go ahead and do that now, simply because you know that is what you need. And then we're going to just click the search button. And so 14 is a fairly small number considering, but we do have a very specific topic here relating to homeless shelters in metropolitan areas. So that's why the number is so low. If we only had homeless shelters, you know, maybe in the world, it would give us much more results. But as you can see, it says academic journal in this little icon to the left. Then we're going to see the full text. And a couple of other things that I wanted to mention over here on the limiting options is the date. So it depends on your topic as far as how current, how new, or how old the resource can be. So let's say we don't need it all the way back to 1989. We want to go from 2010 or 2011. We can type it in there and it'll limit our results. So now we have only 6. Instead of typing in, you can always click and hold and drag this bar over to the right, and it will, you know, decrease your years, time periods that you're looking for. So here we go. We're just gonna, this one is more related to health issues, but it's just an example as to the full text. So here we have the full text here, and these subject terms are just additional subjects that the article covers, and you can use those if you need to, just to give you some more ideas if you're finding that you aren't seeing enough items show up in the results list. So that is fairly simple. That's pretty much how you find a full text article that is scholarly and or peer reviewed. So let's just go back to the home page really quickly. You can also get to academic scholarly journals that are peer reviewed through the Journals tab. So if we're on the library's homepage, we can go over here to the Journals tab. And so we can also do, type in our search term, which would be the title of the journal. But if we don't know what the journal is, or we're just not quite sure, we can always do the journals by subject, which will allow us to narrow down those journals that are in that discipline. Okay, and so we can either type it here in the search box, or we can go down below and browse by discipline, which is generally what we want to do right now. And I'm going to go over to sociology. And you can also do, let's go back for just a second. So you'll see that there is a communications and mass media option. And since you are in applied communications, that might be another option to look at. But if you're looking at a social issue, it's best to go with something that's a little bit more specific, like the sociology discipline. And so this is going to bring you up a list of all the databases that are related to that subject area in alphabetical order. And so over here on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's a little bit more, few more options as far as the subject area. So you can be a little bit more specific. And then below, we can just select journals as far as resource type, and that will limit the amount of things that come up as well. Okay, so let's say we wanted to look for, let's see, let's say Adoption Quarterly is what we want. We could actually type in here, let's see. I'm just typing in international adoption, because you can search here if you want to search within the academic journal. Okay, and then here's where you're going to get all those articles and periodicals or whatever is in that specific journal. And so most of these already are full text, so you should be fine there. Again, you can limit to full text down below, or you can also change the publication date as well. So that's basically the short version of how to find scholarly articles through the library's website. But if you have any questions, please let us know. Again, my name is Jody Brown. I work at the Harmon Library, and if you need anything, please give us a call. We're more than happy to walk you through it and get you to those sources that you need.